Yo, 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 it's Matt Handshaking Holmes here, and I'm here to give you guys some tips on how to brand yourself when you have a common name, like Matt Holmes. That's why I have to go by Matt Handshaking Holmes. Anyway, have you ever Googled yourself? This is what it looks like when I Google me. There's Matt Holmes on Instagram as the first result, another one, a Wells Fargo advisor in Dallas. There's this Australian actor. None of these are me because Matt Holmes is a common name. So there's even Matt Holmes, Texas. I spent some time living in Texas, and that one's still not me. There's just too many Matt Holmeses. Oh, here, look, I'm here on the 11th result. This one's me. But anyway, people might not find that easy. So if you have a common name, I wanted to give you guys a tip on how to brand yourself when people might be trying to search for you. If people are trying to search for me, they might know that I spent time in Denver. I went to school there, started my first business there. Was in charge of the startup Denver meetup group, lived there for years after that. People know I'm associated with Denver. So when they Google me, you can see all of these are me, every single one of these. Actually, not every single one. You can see Twitter, that's me. LinkedIn, that's me. Handshaking, that's me on my business, Handshaking, which we own, which is great. It's good to have results online that you own because we don't own LinkedIn, although we have control over our LinkedIn page. Handshaking.com, I have full control over that since that's my business. Now look at this. This one right here I checked out. This is actually not me. This is a different Matt Holmes with an article about Denver that it's about, he does a different business. And it's like a little interview with him and what business he's doing, which is in the mountains. It's not me. So even when you Google Matt Holmes Denver, although I own most of the results, I don't own all of them at this point. There's also Matt A. Holmes, Tucker Holmes. This is probably an attorney. So, but you can see I have most of the things here. You can see I did this interview on IntelliInfluence. They had a spotlight on me and interviewed me, and it turns out this is a valuable backlink. Their website ranks for 4,300 keywords, DR64, and it's good to take interviews like that based off either your location or, which brings me to the second point, the other way to brand yourself when you have a common name is pick a hobby or a story, maybe use a nickname. And that's another good way to do that. So another way that people might search for me is they might search for, actually, before I do this next search, I wanted to show you this one other thing. If you look here on the right, when you search for Matt Holmes Denver, you see this business that shows up, and you can click on it, and you can see I'm actually a verified business on Google. I did that by receiving a postcard at my Denver address. You can see there's reviews, my personal cell phone number, what people also search for. Like you can see Tucker Holmes is showing up again right here, which is kind of funny. But you can see this Google search is different, right? For Google, when I clicked on that Google search for Matt Holmes Internet Marketing Service, which is the closest category I was able to pick in this Google My Business local profile. So another good way to brand yourself is verify yourself as a brand on Google by receiving a postcard from them locally, right? They send a postcard that because you're a local business. That makes it easier for people to search for you if they know your location. You can also see my personal website is showing up here. Handshaking again, our Facebook page. North Star HQ. This appears to be another podcast I was interviewed on. So, taking these interview opportunities, even if it's someone who's just starting out who wants to interview you or just a small site, years into the future, these results might help you show up when people are trying to search for you. So, yeah, I'm scrolling down. I don't see as many. The next thing that people might search for is my hobby, which you might know or guess is handshaking. I love networking, meeting new people, connecting with highly successful entrepreneurs, and that is what handshaking means to me. I say it all the time. For a long time, we had just Handshaking without the G as our brand, and I did acquire the website, the domain name, handshaking.com recently. So, of course, if you Google this, here's a ton of interviews and social profiles. Here's this IntelliInfluence spotlight again, a more recent logo, a more recent interview on logo.com. Anyway, wanted to just mention that to you guys. If you've got a common name, here's a couple reasons on why you want to both put content on the internet related to you and your location and get content on the internet related to you and your hobby that you're going to stick with. For me, it was handshakes, and it goes well with my name because I'm Handshaking Holmes, even though some people still want to call me Handshaking Matt. Anyway, that's just an example on how I did it. I hope this helps you guys. See you on the next one.